Today I'll show you Austria's most beautiful castle, my favorite. Although Tratzberg Castle is over 500 years old, it has fully arrived in the modern digital age. The latest attraction is virtual reality. Castle researchers and historians helped to reconstruct the old castle so that you can experience a fascinating journey through the past of the castle in about 10 minutes. Especially if you know what it looked like in the past, you can't get enough of the beauty of today's inner courtyard. One of the few rooms that can be visited in public is, for example, the hunting room that served as a dining room and is elaborately decorated with hand-carved hunting scenes. Right next to the dining table, flaps have been embedded in the floor through which one could get directly into the cellar below in case of an attack, in order to flee with the carriages provided there or to proceed from there to the counterattack. This is a small cooking place in the room with a corresponding kitchen utensil. The most fascinating features of this room are the artfully carved wall cupboards between the portraits and the artfully worked tables on which the ladies, for example, embroidered. To a real castle belong, of course, also secret passages and doors like this here. Lamps and candlesticks were also worked very artistically back in these times. An impressive marble portal leads into the small bay window of this parlor, where a pipe would undoubtedly be very comfortable to enjoy. There is also a washing place in the room because the large oven made it nice and warm in the corner, and the clothes made of pure linen could dry there afterwards. In one of the bedrooms there is this huge artistic linen cupboard, the most precious in Europe, if not in the whole world. But the beds were much smaller. On the one hand because people used to be rather small, on the other hand because people only slept sitting down. They thought that one should only lie down dead, and it was unhealthy to lie down because then the blood would run into one's head and one could die from it. You can tell that this bedroom is already very modern by the fact that it had its own toilet. In the so-called Habsburg Hall, the family tree of the Habsburgs can be found as an impressive painting all around on the walls. The painting work took 4 years. And also in this room there are some very cozy places to enjoy a pipe. In this room, one quickly recognizes that it has been inhabited by a lady. Besides spinning wheels and cradle, there are also the prototypes of today's household appliances, like a finisher on the left and the prototype of the iron on the right. This old pharmacy cabinet would also be a wonderful tobacco bar. In this magnificent room, I can hardly turn my gaze away from the impressive ceiling, on which 7 master woodworkers are said to have worked for 7 years. The special thing about this ceiling is that there is not a single nail in it, and it has only been inserted into each other by a certain technique and is self-supporting. Another secret door that only opens when the small squares are pushed into a certain position in the correct order. A gaming table decorated with so-called branding technique. No less fascinating is the small Gothic house chapel in which you can get married. The armory, which was attacked and plundered several times in the past, contains many interesting weapons that were used for hunting but also for defense. Here, for example, the very first firearms. Sabers, cannons, as well as several lances and spears. And of course, various knight armor from different regions and the swords belonging to it. Yes, and this pretty much this was my little journey through time, the past 500 years, and through my favorite castle, Schloss Tratzberg in Austria. I hope you also enjoyed it. Thank you for watching and subscribing. Until we meet again, bye, says John from Austria.